What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let it go ahead and get started. So London session did just pop off. We started a little bit later, but it's all good. Whoops. Which one do I want to? I'm gonna delete this one. All right, bet. So me and the members are off to a great start. We took 2 trades last night during Asian session. One of them is still in drawdown. Another one we hit all the TPs already. So now we're about to look for some more potential setups. There was a few pairs that I was looking at. So I was looking at New Zealand CAD. I like how this is looking right here. What's going on, y'all? Main reason why is it's still slightly bullish in my opinion. Going to see if we can hit the same level of support resistance, if not break it this week. But as of now, especially the past couple of days and yesterday, it's been pushing back up and it broke back above this level. And it's kind of been chilling here for a little bit. So I do like how it's looking. So we might enter off this candlestick, if not the next one. Just depends. We're going to wait and see what it looks like. This is the start of London. I do like how that's looking. Today is a little bit of a weird day, especially the first half London session. Went over this with the members and students last night, but we do got some news about to pop up. We got a few orange folder for the euro popping off the next 15-minute candlestick, and then at 4:30 we got some GBP news. So I'm going to be looking at the GBP pairs, but may not enter them until after the news. It kind of depends. I don't know how crazy the news is supposed to affect the markets, to be honest. But yeah, so we're going to see how that affects the markets. But I don't think I think there's maybe a couple pairs that I kind of like where they're at anyways. So that doesn't really bother me too much because GJ is kind of in the middle of the zone. And I think that's the only pair really that's actually kind of appealing anyways. Yeah, so GN is rejecting that level, which is probably why Euro New Zealand is retracing up as well. Then there's GBP CAD. Yeah, so it's not really anything at a good level I want to trade. Besides, GBP CAD is at a good level, but we're going to see what it looks like this hour. But everything else isn't really at a good spot for entry, anyways, GBP wise. So this will kind of probably work out in our favor, anyways. I'm going to go ahead and delete this because we didn't enter that. That was just a trade idea. So it's kind of chilling at the middle of the zone. So we're going to see what side wants to respect because there's a level of traffic wall above and below this daily time frame level. So that's going to be interesting. But let me see here. Let's look at a few other pairs. We're going to be watching NAS100 as well. It's current thing showing at the daily level. So we're going to see how price reacts to that level there. Oil, we caught a nice buy on oil that we held over the weekend into yesterday. All TPs did end up getting hit. I redid my levels. I'll go with my other screen in a second. But yeah, so there's a few pairs we're going to be paying attention to. If I can remember. So I want to keep an eye on EuroCAD as well. EuroCAD is looking bullish as well. So I want to look at EuroCAD, New Zealand CAD. And then I want to enter the JPY pairs as well, but they're kind of doing a retracement right now, which is not a problem. So I'm going to let that do their thing. I'm going to let them do their thing for now. And then, 1 second. Yeah, so I want to see if, get rid of this because we didn't enter that. Again, I'm not entering this right now. I just like to visually mark up my charts so I know what I'm looking at. That's decent for the middle of the zone. Yeah, did a nice retest off this level. So if it can respect this and keep pushing up, we can see the uptrend continue. And if it drops down, we're going to have to wait and see how it reacts to that daily level right there. But as of now, I do kind of like how that's looking. Now, I'm looking at the chart right now, seeing what else I was looking at. Let's pull up Euro JPY as well. And so Euro JPY is off this 4-hour level. It's reacting nicely off it. It has a nice imbalance. I'm going to delete this because we didn't enter this either. So we'll go ahead and delete that. Let's see here. Yeah, so we're going to see how this next candlestick looks. Well, I'm about to mark these levels off. Yeah, so Euro JPY is looking kind of like GJ right now. We caught a nice AJ buy. Well, me and the members, I went over this in the live stream, but I think I called it a little bit after the live. But we caught this huge move right here as well. And as we can see, all the JPY pairs are kind of retracing. So we're going to let that do their thing. CJ is also chilling right here. Could possibly look for a buy setup on this as well. It's pushing back up, so we're going to see if it can break back above this level, these next couple of candlesticks, and then we're going to go from there. So give me 1 second, y'all. I'm going to pull up some charts on my other screen. Yeah, so we're going to see, I might stay on for the GBP news too, but we're going to see how this next 15 looks, and then we're going to see how that red 40 news affects GBP, because I really don't go deep into it to see what it is. I just like to pay attention to the times and the days it happens so I can be on the lookout for it. But some red folders, there's going to be spikes and fluctuations. Other days, nothing really happens. So we're going to see if we're going to get some volume to pump in. It could work in our favor, though, because like I said, a lot of the GBP pairs are either stuck at these ranging levels of traffic or they're not at a good area to enter a trade anyway. So this could work in our favor to help push price somewhere decent for us to enter off of. Yeah, but Friday and Thursday should be pretty clean. So tomorrow's the only other day that we got some. I mean, tomorrow's also kind of a normal day as well. We got some bank holidays, but Thursday and Friday should be a pretty clean end of the week. We're just going to have to strictly wait for the setup. So I kind of want today and tomorrow, especially the indice wise, to help us to help push price where it needs to go. So that way we can kind of determine easily the direction price is going, so we can have some pretty easy buy or sell positions. That's what I want to see happen at least. So we're going to be paying attention to a couple of these pairs right here. I just want to pull up these right here. So yeah, that's still retracing. Yeah, all these are retracing right now. But we did hit all TPs for Euro New Zealand, so that's not a problem. Give me 1 second. Yeah, we hit all TPs. Yeah, so I entered that trade. I went to sleep because I was up. Well, I took a nap like a couple hours ago, but I was up since market reopened. And yes, I literally just put my SL and TP in, knocked out, woke up to, got hit. And yeah, good thing I did because as soon as it got hit, it started to retrace back up. Now, granted, it could try to push back down, which we see right here. But I don't really like to go through that entire roller coaster. I rather look for a possible re-entry than go from there. That's personally how I like to trade, at least. So we're gonna be still looking at these pairs right here. Yeah, but and those that was in the live yesterday, I went over this trade setup with gold. I didn't post it, but I went over this trade setup. I don't know if anyone jumped in on this, but if y'all did, y'all should be up about like 600 pips, which is not bad. But for another buy entry, I'm gonna wait to see how Rex's daily level here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Those only trades we took last night or went over with the members last night in the advanced play signal room. Second and third link in the description, by the way. I think it's the third link. Yeah, but we're gonna be just patiently waiting. About to have a new 5-minute start in about 45 seconds. And we're just gonna be watching these charts to see what they're doing. Just kind of like yesterday, just patiently waiting for the setups. Then when we see our confirmations, enter and execute, and then just let the chart do what it's going to do. So while we're doing that, I'm looking at stuff on my other screen as well. Let me make sure I catch up on comments. Hey, what's going on, Joseph? I see you. Yeah, so while I'm looking at these charts, potential setups, this is how we did yesterday. I'm just going to put this on the screen for now because I'm doing something. I don't want y'all just be I mean, it's still good to look at the chart because this is kind of what trading is. You're going to see a lot of videos, a lot of trade breakdowns of them executing the trade. But it's good to see this part of trading too, because this is a majority of trading. It's literally patiently waiting for price to meet your confirmations and for the setups to appear, because you're not going to just wake up. Now, granted, sometimes we do that. Like yesterday, we kind of did that, and a few times last week. I literally wake up a few, like 30 minutes before London starts. But sometimes we're not going to just wake up, go in a chart, and enter a trade, especially with my style. It's a very patient style of trading, but it's very good because we catch a lot of pips. We catch the entire daily candlestick. Speaking of which, I went over this with the members yesterday. Got this huge AU buy. Entered this London session. You can't really see it, but you saw we entered right here. You see the dot. We caught the entire daily candlestick yesterday. Same thing with GBPJPY. We caught the entire daily candlestick. Scratch that. We caught like 3/4 of it because we entered right here. So we caught like 3/4 of this daily candlestick. But it was definitely a good day yesterday, a good start to the week. And price is still retracing down, which is still a good thing. But this is how we did yesterday. Oil, we held this over the weekend, caught 138 pips. AU caught 49 pips. Gold, we caught 800 pips. GA caught 153 pips. And ADJPY, we caught 97 pips. And then this one, I called this on Friday's live stream, but this trade, and this trade, I called all three of these in yesterday's live stream. So make sure to check that out. And we caught a good amount of pips of gold on yesterday's live stream as well. And then I went over AJ, but I entered this a little bit after I ended the stream. But yeah, so we caught a total 1,237 pips, 897 strictly for the members, ending the day 4-0. So it was a great start to the week. First link in the description for those that are first-time viewers, first-time watchers. This is the first time on my channel. Welcome. Make sure to hit that bell and that subscribe button, because we do not just live trade every day, London session 3 and EST, but I also post some helpful content on my channel. A couple days ago, I just dropped a trading tip video, and then a few days before that, I just did a trade breakdown of a huge move we caught. I broke down this 1 to 4 GP CAD buy we caught, and then I think like a week or two ago, I broke down one of these huge GU sells that I called before the news and in London session, of course. I think it was this one right here. Yeah, this was a 1 to 5 risk to reward, which is crazy. So this basically means I risked $100 and made $500. If I risked 50, I made $250. All right, so price is pushing back up. We got a new 15 about to start in about a minute and a half. Yeah, but we're just going to be patiently waiting for now. That is what the majority of trading is. It's just patiently waiting. Do you have the patience? Do you have the discipline? Are you going to follow your rules? There's levels to trading. There's waiting for the setup, and then of course there's when you're in a trade. It's like two different things, but they're both equally important, at least in my opinion. Because it doesn't matter what strategy you have. If you don't have the patience to wait for the setup, you don't have the discipline to follow those rules, doesn't really matter. And then same thing with your strategy. If you're in a trade, doesn't matter how good your strategy is. If you're over leveraging, if you're pulling out too early, if you're not holding, all these other things, it doesn't matter what strategy you use. So the strategy is one thing. There's a bunch of different strategies that work, obviously. Some are better than others. Some are more accurate than others. But it doesn't matter what strategy you use if you do not have the patience to wait for the setup, and then you don't have the discipline, and then you don't have the mental strength, I guess that's a good word to use, for while you're in the trade. And just out of curiosity, let me pull up these and see what these are doing. Yeah, so your AD might be the first L of the month, but I'm not too concerned about that because we were on a 59 trade win streak, which is insane. But that might be the first L we take. Still going to hold to SLRTP though. That might be the first L we take for the month. All right, new 15-digit start. So let's see. Got a new red candlestick there. Got a new red candlestick. Let's see what EJ's up to. EJ's looking nice. I'm going to mark this off because I do like this for a buy setup. This will kind of be a scalp, mainly because I can still do a pretty decent stop loss. Give me a scalp though, because it is off the middle of the zone. I can still do a pretty decent stop loss though. Again, people just jumping on the stream. I have not entered any trades yet on the stream, that is. I just like to visually mark up my chart so I know what I'm looking at. So New Zealand CAD is still looking promising. Nice little retest. We're going to see how this candlestick looks and then go from there. It's a nice little retest on this daily low after it broke above, and it's been respecting this low for the past couple hours, which is a good sign. So we're going to see if we can continue to try to push up. Stop loss is a decent stop loss. So we're still waiting, but I am going to go ahead and write this up because I do kind of like how this looks. But again, I have not entered any other trades yet. So let me go ahead and write this up. And then let me go ahead and post the disclaimer. So again, if this is your first time on the channel, or if y'all just joined like yesterday, when I was live streaming yesterday, make sure to read this disclaimer. It's the same disclaimer I post every day, every morning, before I post any trades. Some stuff might be common sense, some stuff might not, but it kind of explains also how my TPs work. Because my TPs and SLs, I've come to realize from the few months of me doing this, or half a year of me doing this, and my stop loss is a little bit bigger, especially when it comes to indices compared to, I guess, other groups and stuff. So I don't want nobody just to blindly enter trades. All right, everything here, us here, when we trade, you gotta plan everything out. You gotta plan your entry. You gotta plan your stop loss. You gotta plan your lot size. Everything. We're not just blindly entering trades. And some trades may be scalps, but for the most part, we're determining the direction price is going to go for the day, if not for the week. We're not just trying to catch a wave. We're trying to catch the entire move for the day, if possible. 86.60. So we're going to go with 86.60 right here. Still have not entered this, just mark it on my chart. 86.60, there we go. Now we're about to see what other Canadian pair was I looking at. Was it 80 CAD? I don't remember. Let me see. Could have been 80 CAD. I'm going to look at 80 New Zealand as well, because this was at an interesting spot. We could see a possible sell. This was kind of doing its own thing yesterday, but the other New Zealand pairs were dropping, which was interesting. And then we also caught a sell on the Euro New Zealand last night. The New Zealand pairs have been very choppy though, not very clear trend and direction it's been doing. You can see we caught a sell here, and then we caught a nice buy here, then we caught a sell here, then we just caught another sell here. So it's kind of been all over the place. Same thing with GN, but then we see GN's looking like this. Well, you can't really tell until I put it on a smaller time frame, but yeah. So going to be keeping an eye on that. See how that reacts to this level here. Let's go back to CJ. Okay, that's a good sign. Still going to be patiently waiting though. Still going to wait to see if price can break through here, but that is a good sign. Let me fix that. There we go. Let's go back to New Zealand CAD on my other screen. Oh, I see. Give me one second. How would you rate prop firms? I can rate different prop firms. I have a few videos on my channel going over different prop firms, But I personally think it's a very good cheat code and advantage, especially traders nowadays have, because back in the day, well, this was before I started trading too, but I know like profits are a fairly new thing. Like I think like maybe 6, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, this was not a thing. So profits are a very good thing. I just say that if you're new to trading, don't just get a prop firm. A challenge, I should say. Don't purchase a prop firm challenge because 9 times out of 10, you're going to waste your money. And the reason why I say that is because prop firms, how they make most of their money is from, I don't want to just say new traders, but traders in general, because a lot of traders don't really calculate their risk. They kind of will be like, okay, if I enter this lot size, then I can make this much per pip. And then, they'll enter a trade. And then once they're happy with the profits, they'll close. Like, but if stop loss gets hit, they're going to really hurt their account. So with prop firms, one thing they do, and it's nothing wrong because it makes sense, because theoretically, if I'm about to give you $50,000, $100,000 to trade, I don't care how much money you made. I don't want you risking half my account because you're going to lose some trades. So if you lose a trade and you blow half my account in one trade, I lost money and I can't make money off of you. So the rules are very strict and they do not care. They do not care. I remember I failed plenty of challenges back in the day. I currently have some live accounts, but before that, I failed plenty of challenges back to back to back to back. They do not care. Like you'll just get that email. You go on your MT4 or your MT5, you see you can't trade no more. You'll get that email. Oh, unfortunately, you violated. You can try again, buddy. So I do like prop firms, but I suggest don't get one until you have some experience and you practice on a demo, because those numbers are big numbers. And especially if you're not used to trading those kind of big numbers, they can get very intimidating and you can tend to over leverage. So I do have a few videos. I will link those in a second, especially because nothing's really going on right now. I kind of don't want to enter a sell on this yet, but we are on a strong support resistance level, so sell could happen, but I kind of want to, I rather wait because it has been bullish. So I rather wait until either price comes down to here or up here. So I'm going to wait for this. So I might link those videos in a second. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything move wise. So let me mark this off as well. Yeah, but I do have a few videos on my channel where I go over like strategies I personally use with trading prop firms that helped me pass them. Then I also have a few people that have passed using similar strategies and then my trades as well. So I'll link those in just a second. I'm just trying to mark these levels off so I don't miss out on the trade. So give me 1 second. Yeah, but long story short, they're a good thing. Just don't just blindly get one, because I'll get messages all the time like, oh, I just ran into your channel. I like what you're doing. I'm gonna get a prop firm. And I'm like, have you traded before? No. I'm like, well, don't do that. Have you ever like you should not just get a prop firm just to get one. All right, you got to have a set plan on how you're going to pass it. You got to know how many trades you're taking per day. You got to know. You got to really plan things out. That's what trading in general, like even with your personal account, you should have a weekly and monthly plan in place. You should have a weekly and monthly plan in place. You should not just be going with the flow. Like you got to treat this seriously. You're putting your money in the markets. You got to treat this seriously. You can't just be just randomly doing shit. You got to take this seriously. Cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna pay attention to CJ. I'm gonna pay attention to New Zealand CAD. I'm still looking at that on my other monitor. Not shocked that Your AUD is doing what it's doing because it's kind of following GBPAUD. GA has been struggling to break this level. And it's retesting this 4-hour level. So we're going to see how it reacts to that 4-hour level. But this was a nice move as well. This was a 1 to 3 we caught yesterday. And a new video is dropping either today or tomorrow. I'm trying to be more consistent with dropping videos on YouTube again. I kind of got it planned out. So a new video is dropping today or tomorrow. But since you brought up this prop first, I am going to USD pairs are pushing. Is there any USD pairs I can enter? It's this move. I don't really like that one. Don't really like that one. It could go our way though. It looks like these are our only options. Not terrible options. We'll see what the next 15 looks like. The ones with the cleanest setups I see as of now is CJ, New Zealand CAD, and then NAS when it makes his mind up. I still want to look for a buy on NAS. Main reason is same reason yesterday. Missed the entry on it, and I stayed doing that. I missed the entry on it, but we could have caught this entire daily candlestick yesterday as well. I went over this in the live stream, but still, bias is still the same. Gonna look for another buy setup here. Just waiting for it to respect that daily level as a support, and if it can do so, we'll be jumping in on another buy. US30 SPX kind of in a different position. But yeah, let me see what the New Zealand pairs are up to. Yeah, so this is dropping back down. Let's delete that. All right, let's see here. Yeah, so I'm going to wait for oil. It can go either way, but I kind of, again, I want to try to go with the overall direction. So I want to look for a buy setup. But it has been definitely choppy past few days. It could go either way because it's at a huge liquidity level. So we'll see. But yeah, let me go ahead and link that video I was talking about because there's a couple videos. So let me go ahead and find that. Yeah, but we're just patiently waiting right now. So I'm gonna put this back on the screen because I like this setup. So this big level, which is perfect timing. So we're going to see what the next 15 looks like, and then we're going to go from there. Let me see if I can find it. Passing 3 days. Use a strategy to catch 100 pips. Where is it? All right, so I have a couple of videos. I'm about to just link them both. So this is the first one. This was a video I dropped when I passed a 50K funded account. I made this video. Look. This one. Bam. So this is one of those videos. Go ahead and save it. Then come back to the stream, whatever y'all got to do. And then let me find the other one. Where is the other one? Here we go. And then the profit I personally use, linked in the description. It's my FOREX funds, linked in the description. That's the one I personally use. There's another one I'm gonna start using too, but I have a plan, and I might make a video about my funded account plan as well. I do plan on like I want to max out on multiple funded account prop firms and then just pass a bunch of funded accounts, make money off of them, take my profits, put them in my personal accounts, grow my personal accounts, compound my personal accounts, and then go from there. But I might drop a video on that too. That is a good idea. So I might drop a video on that too. It won't be the video dropping today or tomorrow, but I might drop a video on that as well. So I think that might help some people out as well. But let's see here. Let's go back to New Zealand CAD. All right, New Zealand CAD still retracing and ranging. I'll show you what I see on my screen. So we're still gonna be waiting. Still not invalid, but still gonna be waiting. It's definitely struggling to break through this wall right here, which is not an issue. Just gonna patiently wait and let it do its thing. GC is doing a retracement, and it looks like it's respecting that level and trying to push up. So out of curiosity, I want to just see what the other JPY pairs are doing, specifically EJ, because it's the other one that was at a decent entry position. So we see it doing a little bit different, but kind of reacting the same way. Had a nice rejection wick the last 15-minute candlestick as well. Let me just see what this is up to. Cool. Yeah, so we're gonna wait. But I do like how this is looking as well. This would be about 1 to 4 risk to reward right now. I'm just trying to confirm to make sure my stop loss isn't too loose, because like I went over with the members yesterday, my stop loss here literally got wicked and they continue to do the full move. I did re-enter, but it did wick literally our stop loss. Like it was 1912 and that thing went down to 1911.70. So it barely broke and hit our stop loss. As you can see, it closed right back in the red. They continue to do our move. So I just want to make sure that stop loss is pretty decent. And we got some wiggle room for the wick as well. For those that can't monitor their screens, they like to set their stop losses and take profits. So we got this going on with the New Zealand pairs. Let me see what GN's up to. Makes sense because GN hit the bottom of the zone. Could have went for a buy on that, but missed that entry. All right, your AED still hasn't hit stop loss. We're gonna see if it'll come back down, but if not, that'll be the first L of the month and the week. I'm not tripping too much about that. Yeah, but it looks like there's only a few setups that I like personally. Still waiting to see what GBPJPY up to. Still kind of ranging here. I wouldn't be surprised if it just chills here, takes a nap until that news pops off. Would not be surprised. Let's see here. So we're just going to be paying attention to CJ. New Zealand cash dropping down. Yeah, so it's going to be a pretty slow start to the day so far, but kind of expected this. Went over this with the members yesterday. That's a good sign. So CJ is trying to push up still. That is a good sign. Euro JPY, not so much. Euro JPY, not so much. But let's look at the daily time frames to see if they even look similar or not. Slight similarities. We can definitely see a difference here. Nice rejection wick on the current daily candlestick. EJ got a small rejection wick. Kind of getting bigger as we speak. We see some similarities. Yeah, but I do like how CJ is looking. Going to see what this next 5 minute looks like. And go from there. EJ is still trying. Let me zoom in. It's got a slight wick, but we're still going to be waiting. Not in any rush. NJ's New Zealand cash going back to the daily level. So we're just going to let that do its thing. Yeah, so we're going to be paying attention to GBP CAD, New Zealand CAD, CJ, EJ, and then possibly, I'm going to delete this for now, AED New Zealand as well. So let's just go on a bigger time frame. Look, AED New Zealand, it was nice and bullish. Then it hit this level and dropped. Came back up. So right now is actually an interesting spot. Could go either way right now. could go either way. It's got a strong wall right here. Strong wall of price right here. If I can click it. I gotta zoom in. Give me 1 second. We got a strong wall of price right here. See the wall here. We see the wall here. And let's see if we can see. No, I'm not going to do all that right now. But we got a strong wall of price right here. If we can break this level here, the downtrend will possibly continue. But we can possibly see price come up here and possibly see a sell down again. Or it could break that level. Just got to wait and see. But as of now, it's kind of looking like go either way because it has been ranging in this level for the past couple of days. It broke through it yesterday. It's retesting this level. So it could be a possible buy setup. Then also GN is pushing up as well as the other New Zealand pairs. So we could see a possible buy setup to this daily zone right here. Then from there, we'll just have to wait and see if price reacts. That's what I see as of now on AD New Zealand. Got a strong wall of price. You can see clearly now, even on the 4 hour, how it's being treated as a support resistance level. You see it getting treated as a support level here. You see it getting treated as a resistance level here. Then you currently see price treating it as a support level here. So we could possibly look for a buy right here. So we got about 2 or 3 setups. Just going to be patiently waiting for my confirmations. We're going to see what this next 15 looks like. Let's go back to CJ. CJ's still chilling right there. I do like how it's looking. Cool. New Zealand CAD drops back down. About to see how it reacts to its daily level. We see a nice little wick there. Still can look like a buy setup. Could reject this level too, but zooming out, we can see it was fairly bullish. Had a slight downtrend. Then after hit this level again, picked itself back up. And now it's been kind of stuck here for the past week. It hasn't really closed above this level for the past week. So we could possibly see a sell-off. But if we can stay above that level, I do want to look for a buy. So I'm still looking for a buy first until it shows me otherwise. But we could see price reject this level finally because it has been about 5 days of price trying and failing to break and close above that level. So it's definitely possible. Euro CHF sells. We're gonna look at that. Ain't nothing going on right now. I can pull that up. I got you. If you're still in here, I know that was like a few minutes ago, but yeah, we can pull that up because there's not really much going on right now. I haven't looked at this pair in a while. I wonder if things got cleared up because it was super choppy. There was a quarter or a few months while I was trading the CHF pairs religiously, like all the other pairs. Speaking of which, I was supposed to be recharting Euro GBP as well. I'll take a look at that later. But off my old markups, which surprisingly are still valid as of now, yeah, it was a good sell setup. It's actually not too late either. It just started the rip. So the last 15 would have been the perfect time to enter the sell. The last 15 would have been the perfect time to enter that sell. It's kind of taken off right now. Well, this 15 would have been a good setup. So if I would have saw that, we could have probably jumped in on this. It's still kind of valid, but for my entry, that thing already dumped 15 pips. Granted, all I could do was just adjust my lot size, but yeah, that would have been a good sell setup. Stop loss, I'd have it at around 1.0050, 1.0045. Yeah, that would have been a good sell. I did a nice drop off that level. So now you got me curious to look at the other CHF pairs. So I'm gonna look up. Euro New Zealand's doing another drop down. Let's see what Euro AED's up to. Euro AED's trying to drop down as well. Probably why Euro JPY is doing what it's doing. Let me see what CJ's up to. CJ about to drop. CJ's dropping as well. So we're about to see if price is still trying to retrace. But I'm going to pull up the other CHF pairs. Because if I would have saw that on time, we could have probably jumped in on that, to be honest. So shout out to you, Tim, because I don't know if you jumped in on that, but that would have been a good setup right there. Because that thing we could have caught a quick 15 pips off that. Let me zoom in. It already did the retest. Damn. Yeah, that would have been the perfect entry. So let me see what the other CHF pairs are up to. Out of curiosity. It's kind of funny how that matched up with my levels still. And I haven't looked at that pair. I haven't traded that pair in a few weeks, if not a couple months. Yeah, these markups are off. Just about me doing something really quick. This one's looking kind of valid as well. Kind of like how this is looking too. Had a crazy rejection wick, but it does have a nice imbalance right here. Let me see. We're right at the 50. It kind of did the drop. Doesn't mean you can't do it again, though. Interesting. Let me pull this up on my other screen. Interesting. Yeah, but it looks like it could be dropping as well. Let me see something. In the bigger time frames, though, it is kind of bullish, but it could be doing a retracement, especially because it's climbing up that imbalance. So we could see a possible sell retracement on the short term, but long term wise, it is still kind of bullish. So I would personally want to wait for the bigger move, which would be a buy setup, at least as of now. But for the short term, I do see price dropping some. Like for a scalp setup, I can see price doing so. Especially since Euro CHF kind of tanked the way it did. I can on the short term see a sell setup, but looking at the bigger time frames, price is bullish. It's been making highs, higher lows. But on the short term, I can't see a scalp setup. So we could possibly see price retrace here, or at least to the middle of the zone, which I don't have marked off. So let me go ahead and mark that off really quick. Give me 1 second. So this might be my sign. So now I gotta pull up my CHF charts again for the rest of this week because there might be some good setups. Because personally, when like a pair is like choppy for a while, I just stop looking at it and messing with it. Because I don't like to trade choppy pairs, or when pairs are choppy. I kind of like to stay away from them. But it looks like they have cleared up since the last time I looked at them. So now I'm curious to pull up GBPJPY. I can kind of see price on the short term drop down. Probably won't enter this, but I can on the short term see price drop down to at least around 1380, if not 1370. That's what I see. I can see that happening. Especially because it's climbing up that imbalance. But I still would rather wait for the buy. But that's just me personally. But let's get back to these other pairs. JPY is still respecting that 4-hour level. Let's see what New Zealand CAD is up to. It pushed back up. All right. Hit that daily level. Crazy rejection wick. Got a new 15 about to start, so we're about to see what that new 15 looks like. Another rejection look on CJ, so we might be entering New Zealand Cat and CJ these next couple minutes, possibly. So I'm going to pull up New Zealand Cat on my other screen. We got to still wait to see what this 15 looks like. Definitely a good sign, though. Definitely a good sign. So they're both turning green. I like this. So I'm going to write these up. Let me see what else is going on. Let me see what GC's up to. GC still chilling right there, which is fine. Pull up NAS. NAS still chilling as well. Retracements do as well. I can see a retracement. I wouldn't be upset with that. All right, so that's still dropping. New Zealand CAD is still looking attractive though. Out of curiosity, let me see what these are doing. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah, so these are still retracing down. So we're just gonna let them do that. We're gonna let them do that. We'll go on. Let's see, retrace a little bit. This is climbing up imbalance as well, which is probably why the price is about to try to drop. Let me get off of this. Yeah, so I'm gonna be pulling up those. I was like, what the heck? The surprise is still ranging right now, so we're still gonna be just patiently waiting. Let's pull up AN. So AN is still chilling at this level as well. So we're just gonna wait to see which way it's going to try to respect. It's going to respect it as a support or resistance level. So that's what we're really waiting on that pair. Let's pull up your AD. Your AD is still on top of that level, currently treating as a support level. Your New Zealand drop back down. Let's look at gold. And so far, kind of as expected. Kind of saw this coming, and this happens, every day is a little bit different, but the same at the same time. Had some it was honestly a pretty good start to the week. It was a lot of volume for a Monday. I'm not going to lie, but retracements are part of the game, and retracements are good. That just gives us another chance to get a good entry or better position. Let me put this back to oil. So this is my old chart setup. That's what I was looking at right there. Put this one, not that one. Which one? I could have sworn it was that one. Oh, I'm tripping. Is this one? All right, bet. Yeah, so we're just gonna be patiently waiting. NAS100 still ranging right here. US30 still kind of ranging as well. SPX following suit. Yeah, so we had a pretty decent amount of volume for a Monday. So right now we're just waiting for moves to finish that started yesterday, then to come to key levels, and then we're also waiting for pairs that are at key levels. Excuse me. To break out and show which direction they're trying to go, whether they're trying to continue the direction they're going or they're trying to retrace or switch directions. So that's what we're waiting on right now currently. So yeah, CJ, I like this. It's not looking like the other JPY pairs, but I like what I see personally. Did a nice retest. It's attempted to try to push up. It's attempting to try to push up. So I'm going to write this up because I do like how it's looking. It's not looking like the other JPY pairs, but I do like how it is looking. If I'm strictly just looking at this pair, I do like how it is looking. Nice rejection wick on this 4 hour. I'm going to go ahead and write this up. I do kind of like how this is looking right here. Yeah, I like how this is looking. I like how this is looking. Yeah, I like how this is looking. So SL for this, I'm looking at 140. We can say 140.85. So from where it's currently at, it's about a 57 pip stop loss, which isn't too crazy. Give me 1 second. The reason why I'm quiet is because I'm writing this up. Yeah, so I'm in this one right here. We're going to see if it can do what it do. So I'm going to type the TPs up. And again, if y'all want to see what I see, y'all don't have to enter. But I personally like how this is looking. It's kind of struggling with this wall here. But I mean, it's meeting my rules. So I'm going to see if it can break these levels. I already did a retest this level, push back up. So yeah, we're going to see if it can break these levels when volume picks up. So this is what we're about to do. 45. D. Okay. All right, so I just posted the TPs. So yeah, we're going to see if we can break these levels here. It's definitely struggling a little bit and might follow the other JPY pairs. But I do like how this is looking right here. Let's see if we can break these levels. So let's pull up these other pairs and see what's going on. Yeah, but these are kind of ranging, and we might see some retracements of some other pairs. So yeah, pretty slow hour compared to yesterday, but kind of saw this coming. And again, it happens. It happens. We've had other streams like this as well. And I personally don't like to try to force stuff. I'm only going to enter trades that meet my rules and that I personally like. And if I see something I don't like, or if I don't see anything I like, I'm not going to enter a trade. That's just me personally. And yeah, everything else I really don't like. Everything else looks like it's retracing. So it might just CJ is the only trade I'm entering for now. Going to see how the news affects the GBP pairs. GBP CAD is dropping down, just like New Zealand CAD. And I can't see that happening because it hit this level, it's dropping again. So we could possibly go for sells. And if it can break 65.20, we can see it come down to this daily support level for sure and fill up the rest of that imbalance. I kind of want to see that happen. But I can't see sells for GBP CAD for sure, especially the way it's looking. Right here. But this is still the first candlestick, and I still want to wait till I want to see what the next candlestick looks like. It's also 30 minutes before the red folder news, and I personally do not enter trades before red folder or high impact news comes on. Well, that's a lie. Well, not when I say before, I mean like right before. If it's like an hour, 30 minutes beforehand, I am personally just going to wait because the news can be unpredictable. Sometimes it'll dump the direction you knew it was going to go or thought it was going to go. Sometimes you'll see fake out. Sometimes you'll see crazy spikes and fluctuations. And I don't really like to roll the dice on that. Now, if I'm in that trade already, that's a little bit different. But as of now, I'm just going to wait. And plus, this is the first candlestick that broke through that level anyways. So I'd wait regardless to follow and stick with my rules. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Going to wait and see what this next candlestick looks like. But yeah, not going to be entering anything else until probably later on, closer to New York. Like I said, we got some news for 4:30 for the GBP. Then 9:45, we got some news for the USD. So I want to see, like I said, today's news and tomorrow's news. We got some news Thursday, Friday as well, but mainly today and tomorrow's news kind of help push price out of these ranging levels so we can get some smoother trade positions and smoother trade setups. That's what I'd like to see. And let me see, make sure I'm not missing anything. Everything, let's go back to AD New Zealand. So that's pushing back up. Yeah, so we're waiting to see what the next 15 looks like. And then we're going to be going from there. Pull this up. Yeah, so we're going to see if we can break through these levels this next 15 as well. Here in New Zealand, it's looking just like AD New Zealand, recent candlestick wise. Yo, you know it's slow though? Make sure to hit that like button, y'all. Make sure to hit that like button. Hey, what's going on? Route 8. I hope I didn't say your name right. Hello. You spelled it like that. Are you from Deutschland? Let me know where you're from. Because you spelled hello like you're from Deutschland. Or is there other countries that spell hello like that? That's the only one I personally know. But if you are from Deutschland, V-Gates. Yeah, so we're just going to be chilling. Just going to be chilling. Yeah, so we're just going to be chilling. 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 Just Make sure to follow me at the bottom of your screen. You should see it at the bottom of your screen. Make sure to follow me on both Instagram and TikTok. I post on there daily. I post different things on both because TikTok won't let me post half the stuff I want. So the other half I post on Instagram, but I post daily on TikTok as well. Make sure to follow me on both. Once I hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, I'm almost there. I'm at like 400, but once I hit 1,000 followers, I'm gonna be going live on there. We're gonna be doing different stuff on there compared to the lives on here. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. I have a lot of things planned this year, so make sure to follow in both of those. You want to contact me directly? You can hit me up and DM me on Instagram at playmaker_way. Same spelling as the YouTube. And shout out to whoever, I forgot who it was yesterday. I was talking about USD CAD. But yeah, and shout out to whoever was talking about Euro CHF because I'm about to add that to the a million tabs I have up here starting tomorrow. Same thing with Euro GBP if I remember, because it looks like it's out of that choppiness. Because I believe it was like last month, I think in December, it was either December or November when the indices were super choppy. The GBP, the CHF pairs are really feeding us that last quarter for sure. But then it got really choppy, and I decided to clock out of that. But it looks like there were some nice moves that happened that we could have took advantage of. Yeah, so we're just gonna be chilling right now. Again, those joining, we only enter one trade as of now on this live. All these other markups are me just looking at the charts. Well, besides these two, but this one already hit all TPs. Everything else we're just looking. New 15-digit start. Let me see what AN's looking like. So AN did just break back above here. This is tempting looking for a buy. Let me see something. You can go really either way. Kind of waiting to see what side of the zone is trying to stay on, because it can't really go either way. It's kind of been ranging, so we're going to see how this 15-minute candlestick looks, then possibly go from there. So I'm going to wait to see how this one looks, because it can go either way, honestly. Oil's trying to push back up. Yeah, it's kind of chilling. So we can't see a possible retracement on NAS because we are in a strong support resistance level. I can't see that happening. So we're going to see. Give me 1 second, y'all. Yeah, but everything's just ranging right now. But we can't possibly see a sell-off slash retracement on NAS, at least to the middle of the zone. Can't definitely see that, especially if we have these two nice imbalance. We got an imbalance, a nice little order block that have not been filled up. Ceiling CAD, let's go back to that. So that's dropping off. Let's go back to GBP CAD. Yeah, so I like how GBP CAD is looking too. When it wasn't ready for the news about to pop off, I would enter this right now. And granted, it still could possibly go our way. It could still possibly go our way. But we're just gonna wait on that. Just gonna wait on that. And if it ends up dumping that way, that's fine with me. Because I'd rather miss a move than enter a trade and get messed up by the news. I've done that plenty of times in the past. Been there, done that. I'm done with that part of trading. Just gotta stick to your rules. Just gotta stick to your rules. Looking at the JPY pairs currently, looks like CJ is going for around 2. About to see if we can knock this TP out. New 5-minute did just start. Let's go back to AN, see what AN is talking about. Yeah, AN can really go either way. It's very tempting, not gonna lie. But we're gonna wait for the next 15 before we jump it on all that. Before we jump in on that, we're gonna wait for the next 15. Just looking at these, just out of curiosity. Let me see what Eurocad's up to. Eurocad's trying to drop off as well. Yeah, so sells are looking pretty tempting for the Canadian pairs. They are looking pretty tempting for the Canadian pairs. Now, will it do that the entire day going into New York? That's another question. But as of now, especially for like possibly a scalp setup, they are looking nice for possible sell setups. But looking at the bigger time frame, they are technically still bullish. But as you see from the past couple of days, after hit this support resistance level, it's been staying underneath this 4-hour level since Friday. Yesterday pulled above, rejected, closed underneath here. Then today hit that 4-hour level, rejected. Kind of looking similar. It's kind of stuck underneath this wall of price right here. But if we can break through that wall, we can definitely see price dump potentially 30 pips, 30 to 20 pips minimum. We can definitely see that potentially happen. 80 New Zealand, still kind of just chilling here. So yeah, so for possible, I'm waiting to see what direction it's trying to go, but we can possibly see a scalp setup go either way. Just patiently waiting for the confirmations. JPY looks like it's trying to push up as well. Oh, we're about to hit that first TP, y'all. We're literally half a pip away. And every time I do this, it gets camera shy on me. So we're going to see if we can hit it. Because I like to try to hit them on screen. But literally every time I do that, price likes to get camera shy. So we're just going to turn away and let you do your thing. We're going to look at another pair. And when I come back, I want to see you hit that TP. What else was we looking at? Let's go back to oil and see what that's doing. Let me make sure I'm not missing any comments. Okay, cool. Caught up. Yeah, but we're just chilling. Just chilling for right now. I'm going to pull this up on my other screen. Literally missed about half a pip. I might pull up my phone and see if I hit it on my broker. But at least on this trading view, we missed it by like half a pip. So I might pull it up on my phone and see. But it is reattempting to pump as we speak. is reattempting to pump. Boom, boom, boom. Let me see where it's at. Still barely missed it. Still barely missed it. So I'm going to just keep it on the screen. I'm about to look at some other pairs on my other screen. Those just joining the stream, this is the only trade we're currently in. The TPs and the entry are in the free signal room, free Telegram. First link in the description. Make sure to check that out. All right. Make sure to check that out. And we're about to hit it. We just hit it. All right. TP1 just got hit, y'all. Make sure to hit that like button. A little bit slower start to the day, but again, that does happen. Just like I mentioned in my video I dropped either Sunday, I think it was Sunday. Give me 1 second. Just like in the video I dropped Sunday, now we're getting moving. Nice push up. That's a nice candlestick. So I want to see what EJ's up to as well, because we could possibly jump in and enter that as well. Let's see what EJ's up to. Yeah, so I like how that's looking. I'm personally going to wait for the next 15 for EJ. So in 4 minutes, I'm personally going to wait for that. Let me see what GJ's up to. Well, that's the only decent one. That was at a good entry anyways. USD still chilling at that 4-hour level. Let me see what these Canadian pairs are up to. Okay, cool. Let me see what this one's up to. Cool. Yeah, so we're still going to be waiting. This is very tempting for a sell. Literally, I mean, there's a strong wall it'd have to break too. But realistically, if it wasn't news, I'd be in this right now. Trying to see if it would break that level. Well, I say that, but I still would wait to see how price is reacting to this, because it's still kind of the first candlestick price is reacting to this huge wall of traffic. So I'm going to put this on my other screen. Keep an eye on this on my other screen. I do like how this is looking. We got just another 15-minute candlestick until the news comes on. We're going to see how that news reacts to the markets, or how the markets reacts to the news, whichever way it goes. USD CAD. Might be looking for another sell setup. I forgot who brought it up yesterday. But yeah, if y'all would have went in on that, or y'all waited for that re-entry from yesterday, that could have cut a nice drop down, as you can see. Wait, no, this was the 20th. It was this drop right here. I redid the levels because on yesterday's stream, if y'all watched yesterday's stream, or if you're in yesterday's stream, I kind of just did a quick markup. I kind of took my time to do some proper levels. And yeah, we got a nice candlestick. We're about 2 pips away from hitting the next TP. Let's see what EJ's up to. EJ ain't doing a crazy spike like that, but it can kind of catch up later on. We're 1 pip away from hitting TP2. Let's see if we can hit it. I want to see if we can hit before the next 15. But come on, we're like, that's at 49.6. I don't want to count that. I kind of want to wait till his 50 before I count it. So we're still going to wait. About 2.5, 1 pip away from hitting TP2. I want to see it get hit before the next 15. That'd be ideal. Is it going to do it? There we go. I love when a trade cooperates. TP2 just got hit, y'all. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit that like button. Got a nice push up. Nice push up. All right, so the next few TPs, I think after this TP is when things start to get a little bit interesting, but we literally hit that right before the next 15, which is what I wanted to see happen, which is perfect. So I could try to retrace. We are at a pretty key level. Let's go back to EJ. See what EJ is looking like. GBP CAD. Yeah, GBP CAD. I like how GBP CAD is looking, but I'm going to just stick to my rules. But yeah, we'd be blue right now if I enter that trade. And anyone watching the stream, y'all know exactly what the news is supposed to be about. Let me know. It's the GBP news that's supposed to pop off in the next 15 minutes. So I really don't be paying attention to that stuff, to be honest with y'all. So now I'm just scanning these pairs to see what's going on. Let me see what NAS is up to. Yeah, so NAS is still dropping. We could see a possible retracement onto at least the 50. I could see that happen with NAS. We're still going to be patiently waiting because it still is overall bullish. I really don't like to trade counter trade or go against the trend trading. I personally don't like to do that. So we're just going to hold off on that. Let's go to New Zealand. Not this New Zealand. New Zealand CAD is looking similar to GBP CAD, but we're going to see how it reacts to that wall of traffic right there. But let's go back to AD New Zealand. Let's see what that's up to. So still respecting this level. So I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of tempting for a buy. It's just the areas, and it can go either way. But I do like how it's looking. We can catch potential. I want to see who's going to fill out the rest of this imbalance. I want to see it hit this level, the top of the daily zone. That's what I want to see, especially because yesterday hit this level, broke through that wall, doing a retest. I want to see it continue to climb up. That's what I like to see. Let me see what the other New Zealand pairs are up to out of curiosity. Yeah, that's pushing up as well. JPY pairs are pushing up. Ooh, we just blown through the TPs. Look at that. TP4 just got hit. That's what I like to see. All right, so about to move it up. We're going to go back to EJ and see if EJ is looking attractive. Nice. Let's go to EJ. All right, so we might jump into EJ too. So I like how EJ is looking. I like how AD New Zealand's looking. So we might jump into these. I do like how AD New Zealand's looking. So we might jump into EJ, AD New Zealand, and then I like how the Canadian pairs are looking. And then I want to see how NAS is going to do for us. So what I'm about to do later. So I'm going to pull up on the monitor screen right now, and let me make sure I'm not missing any comments. Hello, following Kenya. Shout out to Kenya. What's up? Bro, that GBPJPY was huge. Hey, you got in there. Appreciate that. Yeah, and again, it's just y'all saw it live and it hit like button. Saw my analysis. Saw why I went for the trade. Took a little while. Went red on us for a little bit. Did that retest, and now that thing is exploding up. So it's just once you see certain things over and over again, even things are a little bit sticky and iffy, you just gotta really just stick to your analysis. So you gotta stick to your strategy. So he says red folder. Okay, I know that. Okay, he says for the flash manufacturing PMI. I can't remember if the PMI be causing spikes or pumps, but we're about to find out today because all this year I forgot to mention this in my other video, so I might drop it into a future video. But one thing I suggest y'all do, and I'm starting to do as well, is every time you should write down everything. Like Me with the Signal Room, the Telegram, it kind of helps me out because everything's documented live, not just on stream. So I can kind of see my mindset on stream. Then, of course, the live trading sessions exclusively for the members and students, but also the Telegram, everything is documented. I've been doing this since September last year. Everything's documented in real time when I enter the trades, when TPs get hit, when SOs get hit, how many pips we caught for the month, how many pips we caught for the week. But you guys need to write down your progress every day, every week, every month. That way you can reflect and see how consistent or inconsistent you are, profit-wise, trading-wise, all that good stuff. But another thing I suggest y'all do is specifically for the red folder news. Specifically the red folder news. If you don't know what this website is, it's forexfactory.com. You should check this out before you enter any trade or even hop on the charts. That way you can know what to look out for. But anyways, whenever it's red folder news, when it pops off, write down what happened, what pairs got affected by it. Was there a spike? Was there a fake out? Did nothing happen? Did it pump up? Did it pump down? Write all that stuff down because 9 times out of 10, that next PMI, that next CPI, that next NFP, the next unemployment rate, 8 times out of 10, 9 times out of 10, it might do the same thing. So just write down. You just want to record everything. That way you can plan and not be surprised when stuff happens. You get what I'm saying? That's just what I suggest and recommend. But appreciate that, Jay. Appreciate that. Let me see here. Yeah, so I do like how this is looking. I like how EJ is looking and AD New Zealand. The Canadian pairs are looking tempting as well. But it's actually going to, it's not a coincidence. It's not, nothing on the charts is a coincidence. I kind of go over this with the members and of course in my course. I think that's the second link in the description, but it's not a coincidence that price is literally chilling here right before news. Like I go over this in the Zoom calls and stuff too, but like when news pops off, where price ends for the day, a lot of the times it ends somewhere that's not a coincidence. Like yesterday, price closed chilling on top of this level. No, I think it was AU. So the zone is a key support resistance level, and it literally chilled there. It's still chilling there as of now. It literally chilled there when market closed and since market's been back open. Same thing with NAS, right? NAS is literally chilling on this key support resistance level. And when we go on the 15-minute time frame, you can literally see since market closed yesterday and opened, it's just been chilling here. Not a coincidence. You think it's a coincidence? It's just been chilling at the support resistance level? No, it's not a coincidence. There's these key price levels on every time frame that price reacts to or goes to. And once you identify these levels, which are these blue and orange and yellow and green lines, you can do what we just did, catch pips and use it to your advantage. All right. And you're interested in how I identify these levels, how I mark up my charts, like I said, secondly in the description. I also do one-on-one mentorships and also have the advanced play signal room if you're interested in getting notified for every trade I take, and also jumping in trades with us outside of London and New York session because we trade Asian session as well. But yeah, so I want to see what this next 15. I'm gonna stay on to see what this 430 candlestick's talking about, see what it looks like, see how it affects the charts, and then I'm gonna hop off. This is ranging chilling here too. Yeah, so we're just gonna be chilling right now. And again, just like in the disclaimer, not every TP is guaranteed to get hit. We had some trades hit every TP yesterday. But that doesn't happen all the time. So whenever you're happy with your profits, TP stands for take profits. All right. Do not hold if you do not see what's going on, do not feel comfortable. I'm never going to tell someone to keep holding. All right, once you're happy with your profits, feel free to close. Or if you want to hold to the final TP, it's up to you. But I'm never going to tell someone to keep holding, all right? Because a good trade is, as long as you close the trade blue, as long as you made money, it was a good trade. And especially after like at least TP3 gets hit, you should not, I recommend not letting your trade turn red, because that's just going to mess you up psychologically. Especially you don't know what you're looking at on the charts, all right? And I do have a few videos on YouTube. I might link those as well. Matter of fact, I am going to link those. Titled How to Read Candlesticks, and another one titled How to Identify the Trend. Just like all my videos, they're simple and straight to the point, but full of information. So let me go ahead and find that video right here. So this first link is going to be how to identify the trend. Then make sure to check this out. Give me 1 second. Bam. Copy. All right, so make sure to check this one out. US30. I got you. We can look at US30. I got you. Looking at US30. Let's go on a naked chart. Do I have a naked chart? Black Bull. Let's go on currency. This one's marked up as well, but guess what? We're going to delete these markups. All right, so just looking at US30, it's an interesting spot. Had a nice drop the past few days. Then after it hit this level here, it's pushed back up. As of now, I'm just leaving it alone. I'm going to wait to see if it can break above this level and either possibly look for a buy or see if we're going to look for a possible drop off. But as of now, I'm not messing with US30. I'm just leaving it alone for now, because for my setups and markups, the best place for me to enter, I mean, I could enter off of this level here, but I'd rather enter off of either this 4-hour level or the daily level. So as of now, I'm just going to leave it alone. But we can see either or happen. We could see a price drop off, retest this level, and then continue to push up. Or depending on how price reacts to this level here, we could see price drop off and possibly see a sell to the downside. But we do have a strong key support resistance level right here. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. But personally, I'm not entering right now. Not entering right now. But we have a strong support resistance level right here. We can see our price is treating this constantly as a resistance level here. Then we also see how price constantly by these wicks treating that same price level as a support. Then we also see here price treating as resistance. So I'm going to wait for price to come there or see how price reacts to this level here and here. But as of now, I'm just leaving it alone. I'm going to wait for price to retrace or push up to my next key price levels, because I trade off key price levels. So for now, I'm just going to leave it alone. I already filled up this imbalance nicely. We do have an imbalance to the left on the 4-hour. So I'm going to wait for price to either push back up above this level here or drop back down here. There is a slight wall right here to put into account. But I'm personally not going to trade off that level. I'm either going to trade off this level, or that level. But obviously the ones that are most relevant is this level and this level. So as of now, just like NAS, just going to be chilling and waiting. Can't see a possible retracement, but NAS at least and SPX overall are bullish. Same thing with US30 USDX. So we're going to wait for the retracement. Had a good, nice buy setup, missed that opportunity. So we're waiting again for the retracement. All right. We do not chase trades over here. We just patiently wait for the retracement or the setup. This did break that level right before that news, so we would be up. So now, like I said, I'm gonna do the same thing after this news is over. I'm gonna write down how it affected the pairs. That way I know if I need to really care or not the next time PMI pops up. Because if a PMI wasn't popping up, we would have entered this trade and we would have been up 20 pips right now. The trade's still valid. The trade's still valid, but again, I'd rather play it safe than sorry. That's just me personally. News did just pop off, so let me go back to the and we see the fluctuations already starting. Let me look at the other pairs and see if they're doing similar things. Okay, we see a nice volume pumping and dropping. Wonder if Euro New Zealand's following suit. Kinda. Let me see what these other pairs are up to. Yeah, so we see price dropping. So if we would have entered this sell, we would have caught a lot of pips. So we could have entered this and would have been up crazy. So again, like I mentioned before, sometimes the news will end up still going the direction you want, but I'd rather play it safe than sorry. But we would have been up a crazy amount of pips if we would have jumped in on that. But now I know that what you call it. As long as I still go with the overall direction of price, we can catch some pips still. So I'm gonna write that off in my notes. But yeah, we could have caught a crazy amount of pips on here, but it's all good. I'm not tripping too much about that. We see a slight retracement on this pair, which is normal. It is due for a slight retracement and retest. Let me see what the other pairs we're looking at are doing. So that's dropping down as well. So it's kind of trying to follow suit. This is doing a retest of that level. Let me see what the other Canadian pairs are up to. Yeah, so EuroCAD is still looking attractive. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, but we could have caught a crazy amount of pips on there. But I still am not tripping about this because this just gives me another confirmation that my analysis is still accurate and correct. And even with the news going on, which we've seen happen plenty of other times, it still would have ended up going in our favor. So I'm not tripping too much about that. But that is a good sign, at least for me. I kind of like that. So next PM, I'll have more confidence with entering a trade beforehand. But EuroCAD is looking nice as well for potential sell. It's right at this level here. So we might jump in on this right here. Where do I want to put the stop loss? I think that's a decent stop loss. Right about this level here. So we're going to see how this candlestick ends. But yeah, that's a nice dump. And all the other pairs are doing similar moves, which will still kind of work out in our favor. Because now, after this ends, we can possibly enter some more GBP pairs. So I'm not tripping too much about that. GJ's retracing. Let me see if CJ is doing the same thing. CJ is kind of following that. Let me see the other JPY pairs are following as well. EJ kind of slightly following it. Let me see if AJ is kind of retracing as well. Not so much. So there's a few pairs kind of mimicking that pair. So it's kind of working out in our favor though, because we called this trade yesterday. And with this volume, we might be able to break this level that is failed to break. So I'm not tripping too much about that because I'm still holding this trade. So that's going to help me out as well. GN, that's going to kind of help us out as well because it is kind of ranging. So this could kind of help us break out of this ranging level and possibly enter another trade on this today. Possibly. Still got some work to do though. Still got some work to do. Yeah, so I do like how the Canadian pairs are looking. So we might jump in on these. Let me see what NAS. So NAS just broke underneath this level as well. I appreciate that, Ham. I appreciate that. And Bati, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. I went over this. When did you post that? Yes, so you're the same person I asked about US30 earlier. Like I said, I'm not messing with US30 right now. I'm waiting to see how price reacts to my levels. Like I said, I'm waiting for it to see it retrace or pump up to this level here. I'm not entering a buy or sell on US30 currently. And I don't tell people to buy or sell anything. Like I said, I enter trades I personally see valid, but if I'm not entering a trade or messing with a trade, I'm not going to say, buy or sell or anything like that. I just can just honestly give you my honest opinion. But as of now, like I said, I'm not in US30. So I'm not going to tell you to buy or sell it. That's not really how my strategy works. Yeah, so hope that helps you out. But yeah, I trade off bigger time frames, so I'm not really a scalper. Like I said, I went over it with all the different time frames and stuff, but I'm personally not entering or messing with it until it retraces or pushes back up. All right, so that's what I'm looking at right now. As you can see, price is just chilling right now, slowly breaking through this wall, but hasn't really done anything. And I like to trade when there's some volume and some nice bodied candlesticks. And right now, price isn't really cutting it as of now. So hope that answers your question. And oil's trying to make a move as well. Interesting. Yeah, so this is definitely a new quarter. I'm still trying to get back into it because last quarter, those that have been here last quarter it was I don't want to even say rough because we were still profitable last quarter. Like every month we were still one more trades than we lost. But last quarter was super, super choppy, especially November and December. Super choppy. And those that have been here, you already know, like it was insane how choppy it was last quarter. So I'm kind of trying to get back used to, you know, pairs having some volume during London that didn't, specifically like the indices and gold and oil. Because if you just scroll up in the Telegram, last month was a little bit different, but like November and then like halfway of October, we did not even mess with like the indices because they were just a choppy mess. They were just disgusting. But things are looking like they're going back to normal, which is a good thing. And then we see here price is still struggling to try to break this level. So I can see why there's a huge level of traffic here. But this candlestick, the news, the 15-minute candlestick from the news is still not over yet. We still got a new 5 minute about to pop up, and we still got 6 minutes left. So I want to see how this candlestick ends. That's the main thing I'm looking at. I'm trying to see how this candlestick ends. So I'm waiting to see how price reacts to this. Because I have two different charts from two different markups for oil. And I'm kind of switching back and forth on them because oil's a slightly different pair. There's a lot of different levels you can trade off of. So I'm kind of waiting to see how price reacts to this level right here before I make a decision. Because there's a strong little wall here. But this is also a strong support resistance level. As we can see if I zoom in. We can see here, and this was all the way, well, this was January last year. So this was a whole year ago. Price is still treating the same level as a support resistance level a whole year ago. So we could possibly see a drop down here. Gold's dropping down as well and retracing, which is not a problem. Let me see what the other USD pairs are doing because they kind of took off. So this is kind of working in our favor anyways. We can possibly get a better or a good entry, I should say, not a better entry. Well, kind of that too, but yeah, so we're going to wait to see if price can retrace a little bit more on that. Did a nice retest. I want to see if price can continue to push up. Looking at CJ, we got a nice little staircase going on. I want to see the staircase continue and us just knock out all these TPs. So we want to see if price can do that. Looking at some other pairs. Yeah, so AD New Zealand is still looking like a buy setup. At least short term. I can still see that it's a buy setup. Which is not too surprising. But I kind of want to see how this candlestick ends. For the slightly broke through it. Yeah, but that would have been a nice trade there. But again, I'm going to write that reference. I like how EuroCAD is looking as well. Yeah, we can possibly see price come down to here. Past couple days, price hasn't broken this level though. So we're going to see if that happens today. Yeah, so I kind of like how AD New Zealand's looking. Yeah, I kind of like how AD New Zealand's looking. $0.820. How few of these pairs are looking. So I might jump in a couple more pairs. This next 15, possibly. Yeah, I kind of like how these pairs are looking. Yeah, I kind of like how this is looking. Some respect in this level. It's got some levels of, it's got a few levels of traffic that's going to have to try to break. Doesn't mean it's impossible though. Yeah, I'm going to hop off. I'm still going to be on the charts, but I'm just patiently waiting. I got a few pairs I like, but I'm just waiting to see what direction they're going to try to go. NAS looks like it might be trying to potentially start the retracement. So we're going to see how this candlestick ends and what the next candlestick looks like. We got a few pairs that are looking nice. Just waiting for confirmations. Make sure to hit that like button. We got a good amount of pips to start off the morning in London session. Going to see if we can catch some more going into New York. Yep, I'm going to hop off in just a second. I'm just trying to look at something really quick. Yeah, but overall price is still bullish, but I can see possibly a retracement because this was a huge spike up. So we could possibly see a retracement going down, but overall price is still bullish. So now I'm just trying to determine if I want to go for a scalp sell. Let me scroll to the left. Could possibly go for a scalp sell. We could catch a decent amount of pips. Catch a decent amount of pips. There are some liquidity levels that can be hunted. New 15 did just start. So we're gonna let this retrace and see excuse me, how it reacts to that level. So I'm gonna just do these pairs one more time, and I'm about to hop off, and I'm gonna see you on tomorrow's stream. The GJ dropped all the way back down to that 4-hour level. GN's on the bottom of that zone. GA broke that level right there. GCAD is retracing up as well. EuroCAD is retracing. Yes, I'm gonna be watching EuroCAD. Still be watching New Zealand CAD as well. New Zealand CAD is breaking that level. Yeah, so I might be calling some other trades. Prices just they're in very tough spots. There's a lot of levels of traffic. The price is going to have to try to break through. Give me 1 second. All right, yeah. So I'm on the chart still, and I'm gonna see y'all in tomorrow's stream. Let me show. I'm caught on the comments. I'm gonna see you on tomorrow's stream.